And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing, oh, you guessed it, Factorio in our Uber production series. Alright, I have got 2 trains for reds, 2 for greens, 2 for military, 2 for blues, 2 for purple, 2 for yellows, and we don't have any space science yet. That is not on the menu. We don't have that done yet. I do have an unloaded spot, but we've already got like 50k in there, so that's not too bad. So as soon as I take this away, these are going to start running and grabbing research, and our entire base is just going to sort of explode with life, because all of the sciences will start running, and it's going to be lag fast. So what I want to do is I want to take this, I'm going to jot down to research. And one of the things I noticed, you may have caught last episode, I named all of these just the science packs, and that really wouldn't work because I can't load and unload in the same name. So I added a little icon to the ones with the research. So I had the little info icon, and then the science pack, and that's how I named all of these: info icon and then science pack. And all these are set accordingly. All right, so trigger this. Go down to research. Research. I'm gonna push this on in. There we go. That's looking good. Oh, about 1,000 of them fit in there. We're at about 51,000. So there's about 1,000 science packs that were not only loaded but also on the belts. So these are going to be a little bit more than 1,000. All right, let's just make sure everything is going to run smoothly. There's no traffic jams. Where are we all headed here? All right, we should be seeing some deliveries here soon. Okay, you're waiting. Why? Red and greens. There they are. So you're loading. Yeah, see, they can hold a lot. A lot. These don't stack. So yeah, they hold a lot. So if we look at our production on science, yeah, we're hitting that 10,000 science. You can see we're pretty much 10,000 science down the line. Blues, not so much. There might be an issue there with throughput in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, it looks like there's an issue possibly with my belt throughput. I might need to double that belt up. But we should, if I can find my place again, over here. Yeah, there we go. Now we're loading. Now we're loading like crazy. Hey, purple is the first to make it. Look at that. If we look at our production again on science, 10,000 right down the board. Military, of course, is the exception to that. I completely miscalculated. Completely miscalculated that. All right, so these are going to slowly fill up. Granted, these can hold 360,000 science packs. Hey, look at that. Turrets 2 was lagging. And that should also empty out this thing. Yes, look at all the science packs are gone out of here now. That's good. So they all got delivered to their respective depots, and they're good now. So I would like to research I mentioned last episode that I added a couple mods. And one of the things that I added, and you might be thinking to yourself, wait a second, this is like way late in the game to be rocking those to add mods. And I was like, no, it's never too late. Never too late to add mods. So both mods seek to fix the issue of loading trains with equipment, you can see my UPS now has dropped to 40 with all the production going on right now. I'm guessing a lot of it is in greens, wherever my greens are. Yeah, this I want to refactor greens completely, and we'll get into that possibly. There's too much going on here. There's just too much. Yeah, there's just too much. So I'd like to streamline this if possible. Maybe even give myself a bump in speed. But we can look at our 10 minutes of. Woo. Yeah, we were using quite a bit. Anyway, it seeks to fix the issue with loading equipment. You know, I've got every train gets one Mark 6 reactor and one vehicle overdrive engine. And the other thing I need to ramp up the vehicle overdrive engine amount, like by a lot. Am I actually using? Okay, it is nighttime. You can never tell when it's day or night with these sweet Uber night visions on. What is my limit here? 36. We're gonna ramp you up to like 500. I want a lot of these. VE vehicle overdrive engine. We're gonna do like 1,000 because they use a lot of material. 500 of those. 500 of those. 500 of those. I could just route the material over here. Feed them directly, but it is what it is. And this likewise I want to redo. Is this the vehicle? Nope. Where's the vehicle version? There it is. Vehicle stuff has the background on it. So we're gonna say, whoa. We're gonna say 1,000 of these. And this is going to be maybe not less than 5, maybe 250. Because these ain't cheap. But we have, you know, at this point in the game, we have plenty of modules around. And circuits and all the other things and stuff. Like circuits, yeah, this might not be doing so hot, but we have plenty of blue circuits. I even am unloading some here. And I could supplement my blue circuits up here with those. But I need to finish explaining what the heck these mods do. So loading equipment into machines and into like vehicles is not an easy task. So I've got two different mods here. The Circuit Network 2 is a mod called Inventory Sensor. That's literally what the mod is called, Inventory Sensor. And the other one is called Equipment Gantry. So there you go. Where am I running to? Man, I get talking and then I just run off into the distance. Because I want to automate or try to automate the loading of things into the trains. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out here and we're going to give ourselves another nice amount of space. And just to experiment with, right? We just want to see if this would work. Okay, so let's craft up a few of these. And what this does is it actually can detect the equipment inside of a vehicle. And to place these, you see the little knobs there? You see the little circuitry knobs? You want those facing away from whatever it is you're trying to read. So if we place that there, you can see the vehicle, the items in the vehicle. You can see that there's a lot of fuel. This right here, it's seeing all this fuel. It's seeing the one vehicle fusion reactor and then 6 of the engines. You can see 6 of those and 1 of those. So what I want to do is I want to try to place these. Let's do this, right? Give myself a baseline. Now you can see that this thing is finding that. Now what we want is a couple slow inserters. Oh Lord. Stop. Let's craft those up again. All right, so you and you. And we're going to say you and you. Now, let's have this bottom one. We're going to override stack size to 1 on both of these. Okay, so we want override stack size to 1. Only move one at a time. This one will be when vehicle overdrive engine is less than 6. This one will be when vehicle fusion reactor equipment is less than 1. Okay. So what that should do is it should load 6 of these and 1 of these, in theory. So we're going to want request vehicle overdrive engine. We're going to want like, let's do like 24. Request from buffer chest. And this is why I wanted the slow bots, or the slow inserters, so I could test this out. Fuel, look at that. But the problem is now we can't put that in there. So what thing we could do? No, stop with the stopness. This is the stop. Okay, fuel, grab. Put you away, grab you. So what we're going to have to do is add a little circuitry into this. Let's see. Decider. We want a decider. So we're going to hook the decider up. And we want condition overdrive engine less than 6. No, not 56. 6. Output 1. Okay. So that is outputting 01. Now we want another one of these. That says condition vehicle fusion reactor less than 1, output 01. Okay, so this is outputting 01. This is outputting 01. So if we have, let's just take those away and take those away for now. We're going to have these two inserters again. Oh, not the super fast ones. And we're going to connect these up. Well, I want a power pole right here, just so I can see what O is. You can see O is 2. Why is O 2? Is less than 6. O is 1. So O is 2. O is 2 only when both of these setups are the same. So we want to set up this one and this one. We want to push in the vehicle fusion when O equals 2. Right? When O is 2, that means it doesn't have the vehicle fusion or the overdrive engines. But this one, we want to set this equal when O is only 1. So it will put in these first, and then it will put in these. So we can drop half of this stack in here again. And then we can say, I want to request a few vehicle fusions and request some overdrive engines. So it put that in there. O is now equal to 1. I forgot to set this. So let's grab that. So why aren't you? O is 1. O is 1. Why aren't you going, sir? Let's grab you. It must have had to pulse again. There we go. There we go. Automatically loading of the things. So we can take this away. Boom. Just like that. And as soon as that hits 6, this turns off. You can see the little red lights right there and right there. That means they're off. So that is one way that we can automate this. When we would need one of these setups for every single one of these, right? And as compact as this is, I'm not sure that I want to do it that way. So there's another way to do it. I added, remember, I added 2 different mods. Let's set up personal logistics. I need to craft these up. So what these do, these handle it in a different way. And fingers crossed that they work. So we need to load 7 different things into these trains. And what these do is basically load them in a sort of a stepwise, one after another setup. All right, anybody else delivering to me? Okay, good. So what you want to do? Oh Lord, look at all the stuff in my inventory. GA gantry. Okay. Equipment gantry. So that's 7 different items. That is one of the fuel thingy. Item input. Equipment item. Do these have a sidedness? They do. Item input, item output. Yeah. These are all, I need to rotate all of these. You got to pay attention to the inputs and outputs here. So input, output, input, output. And what each one of these does is they all load one item, right? It's just one piece of equipment. So what we could have is a requester chest basically here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Well, let's do this. Back that up. So this is one way of doing it. I want to request those and request those. And then we're going to request train vehicles. Train. Locomotive Mark 3. Request from buffer chests. I want to load up some more of these. And then what we could do, and you can really do this anywhere, is then load these. Let's just load them into a regular chest. Like so. And then limit that chest to Locomotive Mark 3 is less than, let's do 16. That's like as many as we have up here, right? Yeah, this is 16 locomotives. So what we want to do is we want to feed one, oh Lord, why? Okay, so what happens? Did not want to load 46 of those in there. I just want to see what happens when we load one of these in here. Oh, yep, it's just one piece of equipment. That's right. Each of these is limited. This is why it's so nice. Each one of these is limited to one item. That's it. It'll input one item and one item only. Right? So, input here, one item. You can see the equipment grid, one item there, one item here. So what we want to do then is bring these out. And these can just get flooded out like that. This will let these come back in. Bingo. And now, every one of these trains has got the exact amount I need. How about that, right? So if you have a really complex, you can do this with armor. You can have it automatically set up armor for you. And that should be it. Yep, 16. Bingo. Now all I need to do is figure out how to get these to deploy automatically. I wonder if I can... Let me just test. I just want to test. This is just for funsies. Nope. Darn. I was really hoping that we could do that. I kind of want this to be a buffer chest. Now I'm hoping that if I drop one of these, let's see, this I want to set back to nothing. So I have one that has equipment grid in it. Right? One that has an equipment grid. Now, if I try to place this, will it detect and pick up one of these? No, it will not. So, if anybody knows how to work that little magic, let me know. There's got to be a way to auto-deploy things in here. There's got to be a way. There just has to be. So that is two different ways. If you have enough space, like I could refactor all this to make room and just copy and paste and make this as compact as humanly possible. And that would allow this to be automatic, and then I could load the fuel, and then basically, you know, shift click with the engine, just like I have been doing, coming in here and ghost placing these. And then the bots would place them and they would just automatically get loaded. Or grab these and place these down. Because these automatically have the grid associated with that. And these grid equipment gantries, you know, work with pretty much anything that has an equipment grid. So you can use it for armor, tanks, you know, various other things. The only thing these can't do, obviously, is load wagons with stuff in the grid. Because wagons have an inventory, and it's, you know, it may not work that way. Although these might work. Somebody can experiment with that and see, because these are strictly placing stuff in equipment grids. So yeah, you should be able to use these for wagons, equipment grid. I'm not sure, but like, you know, Spiderbot, you can have a whole line of these for Spider Bro, and it'll place stuff just like all of this. Like I could have one with all of these, and then placing just all sorts of things and stuff in here. And the equipment gantry also has a remover. So this removes equipment out of a thing. So if you have automated equipment upgrading, you know, where let's say you have a bunch of Mark something armor that has equipment in it and you want to upgrade it all, you don't want to have to sit here and click all this stuff out of here. You just put them all through the equipment removers, and you're good to go. It'll remove all that stuff. So that was basically what I added to the game. Just a little thing to make the process of deploying trains a little bit easier. I wish I would have done that a very, very long time ago. But now we've got a serious amount of research. Let's see. I want to get a decently long research that uses all of the science packs. Ooh, that's going to be a tough sell. That's really going to be a tough. Well, we can use a little bit of white science. See, this doesn't use military though. Okay, this is one. Uses all of the science packs. 30 seconds, 2,500. Yeah, when Bob's updated, it added more levels of Spider Bro. So this uses all but white, which is perfect. What I want to do is I want to see how many science packs we're consuming. Okay. Consumption. We are not even coming close to consuming 1,000 a minute. Okay. So, you know what that means. Can't build on water. Where is water here? Oh, there's one little square of water. Do I have any landfill? I actually don't have any landfill. Okay, so we're gonna have to. These little gaps of water are annoying. And I could also extend-o-matic these things. If we weren't so far from the main base. All right. Yeah, these don't have any modules in them yet. Come on. There we go. So that was 200. These two were 200. That'd be 400. Are you sure that's... Research speed is 21 points, just 2,000% faster. So we can double. Oh, of course. There's always something in the way. I'll let these build and module before I kick off another research. We're gonna have to do a white science research just because we need to kick that into high gear. That is a whole lot of bots. Look at all the bots. I do love this bot feature, being able to see bots now. It's so awesome. I don't know how they're able to render so many on the screen at once, but I'm glad they are. Just to double check, we're not missing any modules in there. We've got all of these covered. It's amazing how fast these filled up. Like, it's amazing how fast those filled up. So what does it look like on the back end here? Oh yeah, we consumed a lot of these. This is why these are going full blast. Oh, what are we low on? Oh, we're low on a little beacons, but we have enough undergrounds, thank goodness. I think I bumped that up. Yeah, this is a pretty beacon heavy setup. We've actually been using our modules too. So many modules. Look at the stream of modules coming out over here. What do we... Oh, yeah, these are still going strong. I'm actually low on blues, believe it or not. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, I might need to just bring some blues up here. All right. How are we doing over here? Just a few more modules. Beacons are done. All right. Oh, I hate when they trickle in like this. That's one thing in the game. When it determines what bot gets the job, it determines the bot based on the closeness of the destination. Where I wish it would pick on the closeness of the source. If you know what I mean. Like, it's saying, if I had a bunch of bots coming down to deliver something, and they, just like the fuel, and I watch this directly with the fuel, okay? So the bots would all bring the fuel down here. They would dump it in there. It would immediately get pulled out to fill these up. The same bots that dropped it off would then fly all the way back, instead of a new batch of bots where the source is. That's kind of what I mean by that. Okay, let's figure out artillery shell range. That is a 60-second craft. It's only going to be 16,000. We should be able to handle this. All right. Now, if we look at production science, 1 minute. These should be we're sitting at, well, if we give it a second, it should, well, let's look at the 5 second. Roughly, we're roughly a quarter of the way there with all of this research. Oh, man. That's funny. So we need a bunch more of these setups. So I need to make these longer, which we have the space for. We can do that. You know, pretty much doubling these, because you know, these things can move 180 items a second. And so you can put a lot of these on. Let's do, can I do a Control C from here? I can. Boink. So there's, if that was roughly a quarter, then all of this will be roughly halfway there. So then we need a whole nother bank this big, which I think I'm going to have to put over here. And then, yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of beacons and a whole lot of undergrounds. So we got a lot of crafting and placement to do, but do not fret, we will get there. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.